All right, all right. Hey, guys, welcome back. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on in. We're going to take a peek at message for the collective. We shall see where this one's going to take us. We start out with the card. This is orphaned. Okay, so we may be dealing with somebody who's feeling fairly left out right now. Somebody could be feeling quite lonely at the moment. But we also have regeneration. Okay, so card 5 and then card 46. If we have a character that is feeling like lonely, this could also be the awareness that, or the reminder, I'll say, that someone else may be feeling that way. You know, sometimes people withdraw when they are feeling like, drained, exhausted, and when they've been hurt, when they feel left out in the cold, and then they retreat further into the cold, but then they also kind of like sometimes regain their balance a little bit. So it's either the need for regeneration is here. Ace of Swords. I definitely feel like somebody is understanding this. It's like, oh, I just now realized something. An individual who has withdrawn from me, they've been going through something. That's where they've been. This probably isn't about me. That if they disappeared out of my world is because they might have been experiencing some kind of hurt or pain or loss, something that they hadn't conveyed to me. You know, oftentimes when people withdraw or disappear, it's like everyone's got their own stuff, right? They've all got their own life that they're going through. Four of Cups. It almost feels like we may have a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius who's having it sink in like, I wish that I had thought of this before. I wish I had been there for them. My God, what if this person that I care about, who I felt had withdrawn from me, what if they have been going through hell and it didn't cross my mind until now? Let me ask this. Why would it only just now be crossing your mind? We have the King of Wands and we have the Empress. They both came out sideways. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say here. Do we have a divine masculine possibly who has been either feeling like, you know, once upon a time, like I really wanted to move toward this Empress, but then I didn't get any signs or signals from her that I was allowed to. Where the heck has she been? How come she didn't? It's like it's just now hitting him that, oh my God, what if she'd been going through something really difficult? Come to think of it, I don't know what she's been going through. Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse. I'm gonna say this. If he okay, we have Lovers. If he's saying, well, I wish I had considered this before, maybe she seemed very, empowered to him. An Empress always comes across like somebody who can just handle anything, no matter what it is. Maybe it never crossed his mind because he wasn't in a place where he could see her as like a person, an equal, somebody that might have had her own set of hurts and pains. It keeps feeling like this is this new mind-blowing thought process for him that I didn't think that maybe she was feeling abandoned and lost and alone. I never crossed my mind actually until now. Okay, so wait a second. In the past, when you were not thinking about what she might be going through, what were you thinking about? Two of Pentacles. He may have been waiting to hear from her, hoping she would put in the effort to come see him. Now, wait a minute. This is hinting like, did you have something going on in your own life that you felt was like a really big Strength card sideways? Yes, she should come and she should be there for me. So is this one of those stories about like lovers? Right? We have the Lovers card here. And although he wanted her to like call him in. Once upon a time in the past, she needed to like provide him with strength. I don't know if they had problems. I don't know if they had, if they were people at a distance. I don't know if there were issues in his own life. And he's like, you know what? She should be reaching out to check up on me. And I'm feeling like a lot of time has elapsed. And he's just now flipping that script and saying, oh my God, what if I should have checked up on her? What if it never crossed my mind that she might have needed something? We have the Fool. It's definitely like this is a new leap of faith in somebody's mind. This is he's just now having it register that all this time, I don't know what path she's been walking. I don't know if she's been safe. I don't know if she's had crocodiles and alligators around her. This kind of carries with it like a little bit of concern and worry, right? Maybe I should have been worrying about her. I mean, especially if I say that she's my lover or the person that I most wanted to have as a lover, but I only thought of myself at the time. And I think that's why he wasn't really in the place where, this relationship could have worked, because I feel like, at least in the past, he saw things only through his own lens about, what his expectations were of what a partner should be given to him, about, like, she failed me. She wasn't there for me. She didn't check up on me. She didn't check in to see how I was, only to now have this like light bulb moment that, oh my God, I didn't check in to see how she was. What if she's been going through something far worse? Let me just ask again, what were you dealing with? The world, major changes in his life. He went through some huge transition. He may have moved, he may have changed jobs, he may have had to travel a great distance. Something huge in his life, began. A whole new cycle of his life began. And I feel like he's now wanting to say, I feel like I should say I'm sorry to her, because while my life was going in new directions and I expected you to reach out to me, I never thought to reach out to you. What did you want from her exactly? We saw that Strength card there. Knight of Pentacles, some kind of strength, some kind of cheering on, some kind of you can do it kind of energy, keep at it, and like an attaboy, attagirl kind of, like, you got this, you got this. Who was she to you? Because we saw the Lover's card, and then we had that Empress and the King of Wands. How did you view her? What did you view her as? Page of Pentacles, almost more like, well, I would have liked to have had her to talk to. This could have been some kind of like love story that barely had gotten off the ground, but then he had this expectation that, I certainly would have liked to have been able to talk to her, maybe come to visit her. Okay, so it was more complicated than that. I don't know this character's or this duo's entire backstory, but they definitely have one in this. This would be like two people that had some kind of a relationship. I don't know if they never quite got it off the ground or what, but for him to be saying like, I was wanting to interact with her, I'm picturing like two people were together, parted ways, a couple months pass, there's a little bit more interaction, and he was planning on saying, well, yeah, I mean, now that we're starting to interact again, like slowly but surely, I want her to be there for me. I want her to check up on me. I want her to be somebody I can maybe come visit. I want her to, offer me and, kind of like open up her arms to me, open up her heart to me a bit, give me support. And then slowly but surely, then I'll, we'll work things out and we'll be back together. What did she actually do in your eyes, character? What did she do? Magician in the reverse. None of the things that he wanted. He could not manifest her doing what he wanted her to. She didn't. If he wanted her to like be really warm and welcoming and, inquire how he is and talk to him anytime he felt like it, she didn't do any of that at all. 3 of Cups. In fact, he may not have felt like he could possibly get into her inner circle. She already has all these people in her inner circle. She didn't maybe even respond the way he'd expected. It didn't respond maybe at all, because she was already busy maybe with her family, with her, whomever or whatever was in her, sphere of influence here. We've got a King of Swords and we got the 7 of Cups. It almost seems like he couldn't understand, why am I not the center point? What on earth could be more important than her talking to me? This, I'm so sorry, but this is such a tough story. I do feel like this is somebody who wanted a heck of a lot of attention and even felt entitled to it, but then said, oh, well, obviously she's got other people that she's paying attention to. And that might have been true, but he never had yet considered that, oh my God, she could have been going through something terrible and something, devastating and something difficult. And that's what was taking her attention. It almost seems like he never considered the flip side of this. I know what I want from her. How come she's not being there for me? I'm going through some changes in my life. How come she's not there for me? And then it's like, oh, she must be dealing with other people. But he never considered, oh my God, what if she needs something? What if she's, let's see what was really going on with this feminine. Let's just see. We've got the Liberation card, which is actually also the Judgment card. She may have been making a decision here, but remember that card of the orphan and regeneration. I'm almost feeling, because the Judgment card is liberation here, I'm thinking that she was realizing it's time that I set myself free from this relationship. Even if I loved him a lot, it's time that I free myself from the idea of reconciliation. Why did you have to free yourself from the idea of reconciliation? Messenger of Coins and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. She says he never reacted to me, he never responded to me. So this actually says she did reach out to him and she heard crickets in return. Nothing. She got nothing in return from him. Hang on. Did they have a missed communication? Universe, can we turn our attention there? Did they have some kind of a missed communication? Four of Pentacles, definitely. Definitely. Because remember, he says she didn't even care and didn't respond to me. She's over here saying, I reached out to him and I heard nothing. And so I had to understand that I'll never hear from him. That was his closure to me. Oh, but we have a Four of Pentacles that says, no, something was held back. A communication did not come through. And it was one of love with the Ace of Cups, but it was also Six of Swords. This is the offer of love that was not given. But here's the thing. I'm almost wondering if this was a bit of like the universe giving something a bit of a test and being like, listen, if you really care about somebody, when you send a message and you don't hear anything back, we can always say, well, leave somebody be if they don't want to hear from us. But on the other hand, if it was a message of like support and, care and concern, and then there's nothing, you hear nothing back. I don't know, like you just shrug and walk off. And assume that, well, I guess that's it. I can understand like I should have left that person in peace, because if I offered something, the kindest, softest thing I could think of to say, and I heard nothing, maybe it's that they don't want to hear from me. On the other hand, maybe there should have been a second attempt or something to reach out. I don't know about that. This whole holding back, I'm still trying to figure out if they didn't get a message. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Look, I'm just going to go with what we see here. And it appears to me, just based off of the cards and the individuals who see on it, it could be that the masculine, she says, I wrote to him, he didn't say anything back to me. She says, I said to the universe, whoa, did a message not get through? And this says, definitely something was held back. But in this storyline, now that we got more cards out, it starts to look like if she offered her cup of love and support, maybe they missed the message, but they also, this says that they may have held back on purpose. Look, all I can say is this made her feel very, very, very small, very alone. And maybe that's why she comes across as orphan. Hang on. Tell me more about that Four of Pentacles. Did he choose not to respond to her? Knight of Wands in the reverse. I mean, that's definitely not moving toward her with any kind of passion. And we've got a Ten of Wands sideways. Okay, so hang on. Let's just ask him bluntly. Let's go back to his deck. Did you receive a message from her and you chose not to respond? Did you blow off a message from her? Ace of Pentacles. That's a new beginning. Three of Wands. He's saying, maybe I did, but her message was she was having a new beginning someplace else and was looking to her future. Okay. But you didn't respond to her. So this is, oh my gosh. So you intentionally held back when she reached out to you. Yeah, I was pissed. Emperor in the reverse. The way he read it is she said she's going to have a new beginning and she's looking to her future. So I'm not responding to her. Okay, so he got mad. So you basically left her on silence then. You failed to respond, which is exactly what she said. She said, he never said any words back to me. All this time, so sorry. He's blaming her for not being there for him, not, communicating with her, not being supportive enough. And he's finally having it click that, oh my God, the bottom line is, I'm just now understanding, what if she had ever needed something from me? I got mad at her, decided she hadn't done enough for me, didn't say the words that I wanted to hear. So I didn't ever write her back. And now all this time has passed and I'm realizing for the first time ever, oh my God, what if me getting all pissy because she didn't say what I think she should have in a letter or something, or however I interpreted it. Let me just go back and ask, what were you trying to convey to him? Did you send him a message that was about you letting go? Action of Swords, she says, I did send something impulsive. Okay, you sent him a message that was impulsive once upon a time. The Chariot, and it was about moving forward or, moving on with my life. Okay. And it was a goodbye because she says 10 of Cups in the reverse. So the way she may have said this is something along the lines of, it's time that I move forward. I mean, it doesn't seem like this is happiness. It doesn't seem like I make you happier. It doesn't seem like we have found happiness. So I guess it's time that I move on. So she did say that, which is probably why he was hurt, which is why he, it's like, and it was during a time when I was so, I had stuff going on in my life. And then she sends me basically she's done. She's having a new beginning someplace else. She doesn't want to talk to me. So hell no, I didn't respond to her. But he's only just now understanding that there might have been a reason for her to say that. And Feminine, what was your reason to send that kind of impulsively sent message about basically like it's over? We have the Queen of Wands. Sorry, my boy. 6 of Wands. She was trying really hard to like stand up for herself. She was trying really hard. Mastery of Coins. Okay, so she did say this on purpose to like reclaim something for herself. This is her as a phoenix rising from the ashes. This is her finally trying to feel good again. This is her, trying to make her life like rejuvenated. But she's coming across as like upright court cards. So it doesn't look like there was a mean-spirited energy. Did you want a response from him when you impulsively sent this? The Teacher, which is the Hierophant. And this is Thoth, the god of all wisdom and knowledge, and the scribe to the gods in the Egyptian pantheon of gods. She, at least in this, it says she was guided by her higher self to send this, even though it was impulsive. That's how she felt about this. Okay, then were you trying to say goodbye to him? Were you done with him at this point? 3 of Cups. I mean, 3 of Cups is, I don't know if she was trying to get him to talk to her, or 5 of Swords. Now, I think she'd had it up to here with whatever conflicts they'd had. And I think she was saying, I figured out I should choose people that want to interact with me, not people that don't. So she basically did send him a goodbye letter. She did. The only thing is, on his side, he's like, I didn't bother to respond to it because, you know what? She basically said goodbye to me at a time when I had a bunch going on in my life. But now he's thinking about it, saying, but what if she was going through a lot of hurt and pain? And I never considered that. She was trying to move on from that 10 of Cups in the reverse and the 5 of Swords. So she was, but the hurt and pain was actually him. Look, he may be racing back in with that Knight of Wands, suddenly wanting to talk to her, even though he left her on silence for all this time. 5 of Wands sideways. It's going to be awkward as hell for these two to communicate with that 5 of Wands sideways. I feel like neither person knows what to say, but we also have this as a 2 of Cups. Look, these two have still been interwoven in each other's worlds. It's crazy though, because she did want to walk away from this because it was hurtful. She was feeling like she was in pain over this. So she did want to walk away from him. Then he got pissed. Oh, there she is walking away from me when she's not there for me. Then he finally says, but what if she needed something? She did. She needed you. but you weren't, for some reason you weren't there. So then she walks away, which then upsets you. You notice how these two are interwoven. They wind around each other, and frankly, they both do each other wrong, and then they also both still want each other. That's what I got on that. Guys, I'm going to leave this here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up.